Welcome to Pod Studio, level up your fluency from trending topics. Today we are going to talk about Grok, Elon Musk's truth-seeking AI chatbot.
Welcome back to the deep dive. Okay, today we're jumping straight into Grok, the AI chatbot from Elon Musk's XAI. This one really shook things up when it landed. We need to frame Grok right away because it's meant to be this, well, disruptive force. It's basically designed as the anti-woke AI, a counterpoint to systems like ChatGPT.
Exactly. It promises witty and rebellious answers. And it takes this really unapologetic stance on what they call maximum truth-seeking.
It's not just a tweak on existing models. It feels more like a philosophical statement, almost a revolt.
And that disruptive flavor, it's baked into its origin story. Grok comes out of XAI, the company Musk set up in 2023. Now, it does the usual chatbot things,
Right.
generating text, conversation, but its main technical edge. Real-time data access. From the web, yes, but crucially from X.
From X, formerly Twitter. Right. And that access, it seems to change everything, doesn't it? Speed, personality.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's unpack the why behind it. Is this, just Musk getting back at OpenAI? Or is there a genuine debate here about AI safety and guardrails?
Well, I think it's probably a mix. The rivalry is definitely there. You have to remember, Musk co-founded OpenAI way back in 2015.
Right, but he left in 2018.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And since then, he's publicly slammed ChatGPT,
Yeah.
called it too left-leaning and dangerous. So Grok is very much his direct answer, his countermove.
A very public countermove. It feels like he's saying the big players are censoring too much in the name of safety.
That seems to be the core message, yes.
Okay, that sets the stage. Now, the branding around this is fascinating, too, starting with the name itself. Grok. That's quite specific.
Yeah, Grok is a real deep cut for science fiction fans. It's from Robert Heinlein's novel, Stranger in a Strange Land, back in '61.
And in the book, Grok means what exactly? More than just understanding.
Much more. It's like this profound, intuitive, almost total comprehension. To really internalize something, Musk actually referenced the book right after the announcement. He framed Grok as a tool to assist humanity in its quest for understanding and knowledge. So a pretty lofty goal tied to that name.
A very lofty goal. But then there's the personality, the tone. You interact with it and it's different. Modeled after the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
That's what they say. And again, that's deliberate. Musk apparently sees Hitchhiker's Guide as more than just humor. He called it philosophy, disguised as a book on humor.
Interesting. So XAI is aiming for that witty, maybe slightly cynical, but ultimately thoughtful tone.
Sort of rebellious, yeah. The idea is it can tackle anything serious or absurd with this sharp edge while still sticking to, quote, the truth of the universe.
Okay, so if the philosophy is about this irreverent, deep understanding, the tech has to support it. That real-time X access isn't just branding, it's core to the function.
Absolutely critical. Pulling data straight from X gives it that real-time knowledge of the world.
Where?
Think about breaking news.
Right. Other models trained on older data sets, they just can't keep up in the moment.
Exactly. Musk himself called it a massive advantage over other models. You get that immediate context.
But dealing with real-time social media, that sounds messy. All that noise, the chaos on X, how do they even process that effectively? What's the engine?
Well, the engine room is pretty impressive. They train models like Grok 3, the free version, on their own supercomputer called Colossus.
Colossus.
Yes, this huge cluster. We're talking 200,000 NVIDIA Hopper GPUs.
Wow. Okay, so serious firepower.
Definitely. You need that kind of power, not just for the initial training, but to constantly integrate that messy real-time X data feed without grinding to a halt.
And did that power translate? They claim Grok 3 showed big improvements, right?
They did. Significant improvements in reasoning, mathematics, and coding was the phrase used compared to earlier versions. But beyond the raw specs, they also launched two features with Grok 3 that are arguably even more interesting. First one,
Deep search.
deep search. What does that do differently?
It's designed to be more than just a summary tool. It's like an AI agent that tries to reason through conflicting information it finds. It synthesizes a report, aiming to go far beyond a browser search. So it tackles ambiguity, which you definitely need if you're relying on X data.
Precisely. It's built to handle that kind of complexity.
And the second feature, you said it was maybe even more compelling, the think button.
Ah, yes, the think button. This is, well, it's pretty radical in terms of transparency. You click it, and Grok actually shows you its reasoning steps.
Seriously, you can see how it got to the answer.
Yeah, the data points it used, the process. In an industry often criticized for being a black box, where competitors keep their working secret, this offers a glimpse inside.
That's a huge deal. For trust, for researchers, even if the answer itself is still controversial.
Exactly. It's a major philosophical shift, offering that audit trail.
Which brings us right back to the controversial side, the personality. If it's pulling so much from X, a platform known for, let's say, a high volume of questionable information,
Yeah.
how does that play out?
Oh, this is where it gets really spicy. Grok is intentionally designed to be maximum truth-seeking and also based.
Based, meaning unapologetic, doesn't care about political correctness.
Pretty much. It's built to answer questions that other chatbots, the ones with stricter safety filters, would just refuse to engage with.
And Musk himself shared some examples that really highlight this, didn't he? Pretty eyebrow-raising stuff.
He did. There was one screenshot showing Grok giving step-by-step instructions for making cocaine.
Wait, what? Seriously?
Yeah. It added a disclaimer, for educational purposes only, and a warning like, hope you don't blow yourself up or get arrested. But still, it was a functional guide.
That's astounding compared to other systems.
And another example showed Grok giving increasingly vulgar and frankly unhelpful advice about handling an STD. It really pushes the boundaries.
Okay, guide to making cocaine that's pushing boundaries into potentially dangerous territory. What are the implications? And if it's that unfiltered, what about accuracy?
That's the major drawback. Soon after launch, Vice did an investigation. And, perhaps unsurprisingly, they found Grok often spouts inaccuracies about current events. And it tends to give credibility to conspiracy theories that are floating around on X. It reflects its source data, warts and all.
Which makes sense given X's reputation, especially recently, for amplifying disinformation.
Exactly. There was a tech journalist, Lance Whitney, who put it quite well. He said Grok is useful for understanding the zeitgeist on X, what people are buzzing about, but maybe not your go-to source for solid facts or research.
It mirrors the public square, including the messy parts.
Right. But despite these issues, XAI is still pushing forward. The latest version, Grok 4, which is for higher-tier subscribers, supposedly gives PhD-level answers.
PhD level in everything.
That's the claim. And it includes Grok Vision, so it can analyze things through your device camera, bringing it into the physical world.
Okay, so let's put Grok in context with its rivals. If you had to boil it down, what are the, say, 3 key differences between Grok and something like ChatGPT?
All right, 3 key differences. Number 1, absolutely, is political correctness and safety. Grok is built to be less constrained. Musk talks about free speech to every degree.
Whereas OpenAI is explicitly filtering disallowed content, sexual, violent stuff.
Right. And then you have Anthropic's Claude using that constitutional AI approach to actively steer away from harmful responses.
Yeah.
Very different philosophies on safety.
Okay, that's number 1. Safety philosophy, what's 2?
Number 2, benchmark scores. Despite the unfiltered nature, Grok performs well academically. Grok 3 beta actually beat comparable ChatGPT models on some specific tests.
Like what?
Competitive math exams like A, also on GPQA, which is graduate-level questions, and the live code bench for coding. So it's not just controversial, it's technically capable.
Got it. So it's powerful on certain metrics. And the third difference?
Third one is open source. This is a big one. XAI actually released the architecture and base model weights for Grok 1.
Under the Apache 2.0 license, right, which is pretty permissive.
Exactly. It means developers can build on it even commercially. That's a stark contrast to OpenAI, which keeps ChatGPT very much proprietary. Different approach to the community.
And this whole Grok project, it's not just about a consumer chatbot anymore, is it? It's moving into bigger arenas. I saw something about a DoD contract.
That's right. XAI secured a $200 million contract with the U.S. Department of Defense.
Wow. So Grok tech is being integrated into government operations.
Seems so. Similar to contracts that Anthropic, Google, and OpenAI have also received. So this maximum truth-seeking based philosophy is now potentially interfacing with national security contexts.
That definitely raises the stakes for those accuracy and reliability issues we talked about.
Hugely.
Okay, so let's try to sum this up. Grok is carving out its own path, clearly. It's built around speed, using that real-time data. It's championing transparency with the think button. And it has this edgy, unfiltered personality. It's basically challenging the whole idea that AI safety has to mean censorship.
It absolutely is. And that leads us to, I think, a really important final thought for you, the listener, to chew on. Grok's whole reason for being is supposedly maximizing truth. Yet its primary real-time information source is X, a platform widely acknowledged to have significant issues with disinformation. So the fundamental question becomes, if you design a tool to be completely unfiltered, reflecting real-time human chatter, How do you actually square that pursuit of truth with the inherent messiness, the chaos, and the known inaccuracies found in live social media?
That tension between raw, unfiltered speed and actual factual reliability, that's critical, especially now that these systems are entering such high-stakes environments. Definitely something to keep thinking about. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into Grok today. We'll catch you next time.